Saturday afternoon footy at the MCG. Essendon and the Adelaide Crows, and on AFL Nation, you're with Stephen Quartermain.
Thank you, Gerard Whateley. Special comments today coming from Liam Pickering. In the ruck, it's going to be Bryan against O'Brien to start proceedings. The Bombers kicking to the punt road end, and down goes the Sharon. Bryan got first tap onto it, but it picked up by Riley O'Brien. Ineffective handball, shark by Merritt on the left boot. It's a bit of a floater inside 50, almost a miracle mark to Perkins. Play on's a call. Kako tries to get it back to Perkins. Worrell battling hard for the Crows. One out. Ineffective handball. Comes back to Merritt. Right foot snap to the goal square, and it floats through for one behind. First score of the Arvo in the first minute of the game. A behind to Essendon's captain in Zach Merritt.
Keane's on the kick in. He dinks it short and safe to Miller. Wheels out onto the right boot, delivers down the members' wing. Thilthorpe coming from a long way back. Mackay going to hand into disruptor. Caldwell rode the bump, won the footy, handed it off. Bombers link it up through hands. McGrath and Merritt.
Ceding some ground here.
Durham gave plenty of ground to Redmond. They lost about 80 metres in the transaction to set up through Reed. So now they'll have to play the outer side. And Pryor has made space to be that target. He signals down the line and he does follow through. No good with the kick though, and it's picked off by Scholl.
Scholl short on the outer side of the ground, or the Shane Warne stand side. Finds Dawson. Little left foot kick just to 15 metres to Michael Annie. Gives it back to Dawson. That's not 15 either. It didn't hit the target anyway. Neil Bullen allows Essendon back into the picture. Handball comes to McGrath in the middle of the MCG. Dishes off to the running Merritt again. Merritt a driving left foot kick. Draper's one out with his opponent. Might have been held. Draper. The fans wanted the free, and it is. Yep, he was being grabbed by the left arm, and the umpire did spot it. So Draper will go back directly in front. Punt road end, be kicking for goal from 15 metres out.
There's already an issue with Zach Merritt. He had 4 disposals in a minute and a half. And he drove that ball in beautifully, I thought, to Draper. And, the free was there. Hasn't gone back very far from the man on the mark. He's going to go around the corner.
No, he's not going around the corner. He's
Listen to the crowd.
directly in front.
Listen to the crowd.
15 metres out, he's going round the corner. Oh, he better kick it.
He did.
He did. But
He's given the shorts to the crowd as well.
oh, dear. Well, it's the score that matters, and he kicked the goal. So the Bombers 1-1. And the Crows yet to score on the Tyre Power scoreboard. Kumo Tyres 25% off.
Have we had a player shush his own crowd before?
I don't think I've ever heard a crowd reaction like that before either. Where the whole crowd went, "Oh, what are you doing?" Big Draper, and he kicked it and then shushed the crowd. That is very funny.
Gee, Mark Keane panicked, didn't he? Grabbing the left arm. That was not good. Gave away a really cheap free kick.
It's a promising start here by the Bombers.
Shing panel service replay screen.
Yeah, it's a promising start. Adelaide would already be thinking Saligo's going with Zach Merritt, and he's a ball hunter as well, but Merritt's had a really good start.
Bryan and O'Brien in the ruck. Up she goes. Bombers win it down to Durham in the tackle immediately from Dawson.
I like this young Nick Bryan. I think he's a good player. Been waiting to get his opportunity.
Spike forward by O'Brien for the Crows. Dawson got it from Peatling. Scrubbed the ball inside 50. Well enough handled. Back to O'Brien inside. Rankin has a look at the goal front and misses to the left. Crows' first score on the Tyre Power scoreboard. Kumo 25% off.
Jordan Dawson, one of the best kicks in the competition. He's had 2 absolute shanks. Pickers?
He has. It's unlike him, but he works his way into games. That's what I like about Jordan Dawson.
From the kick in. Oh, Dylan. In fact, it was Caldwell that dropped the mark. He's got time to recover. Now McGrath in the back pocket. Handballs over the top to Reed. Another handball in the direction of Pryor, but he can't get there. Rankin working hard, taps it into space. Fogarty overran it. Good attack by Pryor again. Handballs to McGrath. Forced to release it. Now it spills out to Neil Bullen. Handball comes out to Keys. Keys runs to 48, has a ping at the goal and misses to the left. Another behind to Adelaide. They're 2 behinds. Essendon 1-1-7 on the Tyre Power scoreboard. We've been travelling 4.5 minutes in this first quarter.
Ball moving around pretty freely. Redmond on the kick in.
Set up their zone really well here, the Crows. Just have to bang it down the line here.
Redmond started on Tex today.
The guts.
That is a long kick into the centre of the ground. Durham flew, dropped the mark. Hobbs has to work underneath. Rankin tied him up, and Hobbs gave it up straight to Dawson. Crows back to full forward. Redmond over the top of Tex.
Yeah, did really well.
That's the juggling mark, relieves the pressure. Out to Caldwell this time. Bombers play at the members' side of the ground. Steers the kick up to Gresham. Just holds up as Jones bounds forward. Hobbs is the target coming at him. Hobbs is worn close by Laird, who made the spoil. Coming underneath, hauled it in, managed to get it out, but only as far as Hobbs. Off to Merritt, busy early. Kako, hand passes it, a bit indiscriminate. Punched away by Dawson, then it landed with him. Missed the hand pass that he was looking for. Merritt got a fresh look, bunted it inside the 50, cut off by Michael Annie. Dangerous kick on the way out. Durham set himself, brought it to ground. What have they got around the ball? Dawson did well to soccer it. O'Brien gathers. It's a real skirmish around the footy. It turns the Bombers' way. Sardis to Merritt, right to the teeth of goal. Draper in the one-on-one again, brings it to ground. Keane arrives, shuffles it through for a rush behind. Bombers by a goal early.
Pressure's good at the moment in this game.
Worrell to do the kicking in. Decides on the short option. It's the Crows kicking to the city end in this first quarter. He finds Keane. He has a couple of bounces and then not quite sure what to do with it. Handball's off to Miller. Miller is short into the corridor in the middle. It's marked by Rankin.
Philthorpe's been off since that first contest. He's just come back on here.
Penetrating kick by Rankin to Neil Bullen, who goes deep inside 50. Well read, though, by Mackay.
He's done a couple of good things early, Ben Mackay.
Nice early couple of touches from Mackay. That's a good mark in defence. And his kick is okay. It hits up a teammate, and it's McGrath who'll switch to the outer side.
Oh, not the best of switches. It did carry Scholl, though, so Martin's got 2 to beat. Shuffled it along the wing where Soligo keeps it in right on the boundary. The wisdom of that decision proves itself. Yes, swings the ball into Crouch. Slips the hand pass out the side to Scholl running the wing. Gives the hand pass on to Keys. Crows look deep. Kick goes for Thilthorpe. Reaching into the back. Mackay got his hands to it. Terrific gather in defence by Roberts for the Dons. Kicks them on the way out. Kako sticks the tackle on Miller, ties it up. Unlucky really not to win holding the ball if you're going to let it fall out like that. Sardis off the ground. Perkins couldn't clear it. Crows get it back. Miller unloads. Did he get a piece of that? From outside the arc, Wayne Miller strikes. And the scores are level, 1-2 apiece on the Tyre Power scoreboard selected. Kumo tyres buy 3, get 1 free.
Gerard called it, Liam. Should have been probably holding the ball. Free kick going to Essendon to Kako.
Yeah, I think there was a free there, missed by the umpire, but then there was another one straight after against Essendon. They let that one go too, and it spilled out and ended up in the hands of Miller, and he's just gone back off pretty much one step and just banged it home from 50. Beautiful kick. Good forward pressure by the Crows.
High power scoreboard. It's 1 goal, 2 apiece. And 8 minutes have gone on the online fencepsupplies.com.au clock.
How those tall forward matchups are looking. Thilthorpe, Mackay's gone to Thilthorpe. Redmond is with Walker. And Reid has got Fogarty early in this match.
Bryan for Essendon. O'Brien for Adelaide are in the ruck. That was a bit of a 50-50. The ball's socked forward for Essendon into their territory. Martin stripped of the football. Quick kick by Peatling to half forward. Camped underneath at his shield. Can't take the mark. Tries to tap it to a teammate of McGrath, who paddles the ball in the Durham direction. Head over the footy. Good stuff. Got it out to Reid. Reid on defensive 50. The handball's very dodgy to Walker. Walker to Keys. And Keys kicks behind. He's missed from 20 metres out. Under a little bit of pressure. That was a lucky let-off for the Bombers.
It was. It's a couple of lucky let-offs. So Rankin doesn't normally miss the one. He missed as well. So a couple of early misses for the Crows.
Pickers for MEGT, Australia's apprenticeship experts. Crows leaded by that behind. Redmond takes a long time to make his decision. He pumps it in long. Keane leads up. Draper had to play the spoil. Durham underneath. Didn't hit the hand pass, so the Crows bring it away.
Short at centre forward.
Yes, brings it into Keys. He was all alone inside the 50.
Well, his opponent was zoning back towards the top of the goal square, which left him about 30 metres by himself. It'll be a tough kick. He's going to have to kick it from 50. But that was pretty slack defending, really.
Ben Keys, 2 behinds already.
He turned into a good player. Couldn't get an opportunity at Brisbane.
Keys through centre half forward, veers out to the left for the distance, hops into the kick and nailed it. Keys lands his first. Crows lead by 7 points. Starting to run hot for Ream, Australia's favourite hot water.
Yeah, he ran out to give himself, that, as you say, that extra bit of distance, and he nailed that kick. He started quite promisingly.
He's kicked 1 goal, 2 already.
Yeah, he has 3 shots. So, look, some of the leading disposal winners, for Essendon, I should say, Merritt's had it 7 times, Zach Reid 5, McGrath 4, Redmond 4, which tells you that the ball's going to be in the Crows' forward line a fair bit when they're all defenders. And then for the Crows, it's Dawson with 5, Keys 4, Shoal, Malira have had 3 each, and also Keys. Oh, sorry, Keys 4, yes.
So 2-3-15 are the Crows. The Bombers 1-2-8. 10.5 gone first term on the online Fence Supplies clock.
I think they're going with Brian in the ruck, and they're playing Draper deep forward.
Ryan the tap, nicely done to Sartis. Got it out to Caldwell. Backing back, but got it to Merritt. Fires out the handball. Pryor almost missed the handball. Worked out okay in the end. He gets it back from Merritt. Pryor on the outer wing. Kicks to half forward. Good use of the body there by Murray just to knock Caddy off the ball. And we'll have a throw in at half forward. The punt road end, Bombers into attack. Shane Warne stand side of the ground. They're 1-2-8. The Crows at 2-3-15. O'Brien and Bryan. Comes O'Brien, nice tap to Rankin, couldn't get the handball away, went straight to Sartis, hurried kick inside 50, Draper against his opponent, Worrell in front, almost should have got a free, and he does. Yeah, his arms chopped, and Worrell in the back pocket's got the free kick for the Crows.
He played well last week, Worrell. That kick went about 8 metres.
Yep, and called play on. Laird has to clear the area as a result. Bryan arrives to take the mark for the Dogs. Forward half turnover. Scan what's ahead. Probably, no, the lead came at the last to avoid a long kick in. Jones came up. 2 kicks from goal.
Oh, Caddy's on here.
He was.
Oh, he didn't see him.
Jones instead lost it to the teeth of goal. Draper coming from a long way back. 5-man pack. Caddy out the side's the best hope for the Bombers. Worrell against the boundary has disputed it at least. He didn't quite diffuse it, but he earns the ball up in the forward pocket.
Murray with Caddy.
Umpire wastes no time. Up it goes quickly. Rankin stripped of the ball, picked up by Crouch. Got it over to Cumming. Quick kick outside defensive 50. Shane Warne stands side. Back of the pack is Pryor. Quickly puts it back inside 50 with a big left foot kick. O'Brien's underneath the can't mark. Cumming again. Got the handball out to Crouch. And he steadies the ship. Just goes short to Keys, who's been very prominent early. He marks just outside defensive 50 on the outer side of the ground.
Keys hugs the boundary. The Crows are pretty patient in the builds. Ball is with Curtin. Curtin half distance up the line. Tex presents. Walker, defensive side of the middle. Has a look toward the 50. Unloads in that direction. Phil Thorpe worked his way to the front. And he too goes. He'll check his kick up to full forward. And Rochelle on the flowing lead.
Now, that will frustrate Essendon fans. Ben Mackay started quite well, but he allowed Phil Thorpe to run around him, take an uncontested mark in the finish, and then not only that, wheel onto his right foot and open up a scoring opportunity, which is about to happen. And it should be a goal.
Rochelle kicked a couple last week. It's an exciting start to a season after last year's ended getting dropped. Josh Rochelle close in to extend the Crows' lead. He does. 13 points, middle stages of the opening term. 3-3-21 to Essendon 1-2-8 on the tyre power Kumo 25% off scoreboard.
Well, that shows you the mobility of big Phil Thorpe. You know, I think he got a little bit heavy last year. He come back and he thought, well, he's a man. He's been in the gym, but he looks like he's leaned out a bit. And he just the way he moved then, I thought that was terrific. A beautiful kick to Rochelle. You've got to guard the mark a bit better than that. You get outmarked in a contest, which was in the end nearly uncontested because you didn't have any body on him. But then you allow him to wheel onto his right. That's where you've got to be a little bit stronger. And Ben Mackay will know that. So will the coach.
All right. Now, danger signs for Essendon. next goal. They need the next goal. They're already down by 13.
He's in the ruck now, Thilthorpe.
Against Draper. Draper got the tap to Durham. Through heavy traffic. Did well. Kicks it to centre half forward. No mark Hobbs. Good handball comes out here to Hinge. Hinge on the left. Chooses the outer side. Looking for Keys. Against Pryor. Little soccer by Keys. Durham's there for Essendon in good position. Crouch got into his back. Umpire saw it the same way. No, he's going to bounce it on the outer wing. Crows 3-3. Bombers 1-2. 15 gone first quarter. We're at the MCG. Beautiful day. Thilthorpe just with muscle. Got rid of Draper. But Essendon win the clearance. Durham. Right foot hurried kick to half forward. It falls short. It's marked by Caddy. Looking to get it moving quickly. He's got Kako one out. He kicks in that direction. Kako one-on-one with Michaelani. He's given away the free kick for a hold. So good win there for Max Michaelani against Kako. And
got a bit of height on.
Have the ball deep in defence.
Got a bit of height on Kako for a kicking like that. Kick a high ball into a small forward.
Worrell on the way out for the Crows. Steers it to the defensive 50. Pinched by Jones over the top, but he made some contact.
That was soft as butter.
It looked soft, didn't it?
Oh, did it ever.
Coming with the free kick. He'll be most relieved because he had that ball pinched off his fingertips. Cumming kicks long down the line. Crows have good attendance. Dawson plus a free kick.
Not all that thrilled with this.
So Dawson delivers Adelaide to half forward. Walker out of position by Redmond.
See how he fought for front spot there? That's what Mackay should have been doing in the last contest we talked about with Thilthorpe. You've got to hold your ground. You've got to be strong in front if you're playing key defence.
Redmond has taken an awfully long time to decide what to do with this. The umpire waves him to play on. And all he's got's the long kick up the line. So he needs Draper, who brings the ball to ground, then through it. Umpire right on the spot. AFL Nation 4-20 Pies. Victoria Police for recruiting now. It's the Crows by 13.
A free kick to Dawson. They're pretty stagnant though, the Bombers. He didn't have much on off, did they?
No, he did not.
Had no choice but to just bang it long.
Again.
Thilthorpe rose high, got partially tunnelled, and he's landed very heavily on the backside, but he's okay. Spectacular mark. Gives it off to Dawson. Long ball to the tip of the goal square. Back of the pack is Martin. High ball. Back outside 50. Laird. Got it to Crouch. Good hands. Ball comes back inside 50 straight away. And this time Fogarty is hit Lath out. And he will line up about 45 metres on about a 45-degree angle and lining up for the Crows' fourth goal. Danger signs for Essendon now.
Ball use of Essendon compared to the ball use of Adelaide, it's stark at the moment. I mean, the way the Crows are setting up their forward thrusts looks a far more dangerous outfit than Essendon.
No question about the distance. It's all a matter of accuracy for Darcy Fogarty.
She's a good kick, this
It's a good-looking kick. It's right through the middle. Fogarty gets his first. The Crows get their fourth. And they have now got a handy buffer of 19 points. 4-3-27. The Bombers 1-2-8 on the Tyre Power Kumo 25% off scoreboard. And we've been going 18 minutes in the first quarter on the online fencesupplies.com.au clock. And if you're an Essendon fan, Liam Pickering, you would not like what you are seeing right at the moment.
No, the ball use of Adelaide compared to the ball use of Essendon, 78% disposal efficiency for Adelaide and just 67 for Essendon. And they've got a stagnant forward line and they're dump kicking out of defence. That's the other thing. That's why that goal came about, because of another dump kick by this time by Nick Martin, who's not a bad decision maker normally.
19 minutes gone on the online fencesupplies.com.au scoreboard. Crows by 19. Bounced in the middle. Draper is there, knocks it out the side, hoping for Sardis or Caldwell. Paddles it to the wing. Scholl came through heavily to take possession. It'll be a ball up. Pointing to set up the structure around the stoppage from a Bombers perspective. O'Brien swatted it out the side. Dersma, though, was waiting for it. Bumbles the ball to half forward. Rankin tracks it. Has support inboard. Just steadies himself. Dinks it up the line to Crouch. Crouch looks inboard.
What's to go to here?
balked a couple of options and goes long up the line instead. Didn't place that particularly well. And Dersma is there to take the intercept mark.
He goes back. Oh, he's missed the target, but Shields got plenty of time to mop up here. But he's conceded about 35 metres in doing so. Now he reloads, and that's not a great kick either. Just bangs it long straight to two Adelaide
Look at the players loose.
Oh, there's loose crows everywhere. It's coming back in pretty quickly. A long ball. The big men set themselves. Dawson's in front. Back of the pack. Essendon have the numbers, overrun by Shield. Little soccer off the ground is unsuccessful, and it's 3-4-8 behind. I'm not sure who kicked that in the end, but it's a point to the Crows. That was almost catastrophic for the Bombers. And the kick in is quick, and now here's an opportunity for Essendon.
So the Bombers looking for some run.
Right.
Martin had a bounce, kicks to an open setup, coming back with the flight as Edwards. He dropped the mark, and the moment passes him by. Although he gets back in to put some pressure on. Kako arrives. Martin dinks it back to him, and Edwards has got it the second attempt.
Oh, good on you, Tom. He dropped a pud. It was a follow-up and a beautiful kick by Martin. Like, that was a great option. He got it straight back into him. So you make one mistake, but you kept going. And he ends up getting on the end of it. So let's hope for his sake now we can bang this home.
Directly in front and 25 metres out from goal. Tom Edwards had his life changed by a phone call at recess. And here he is on the MCG, kicking his first goal in the league. The big league. And every one of his teammates comes to share it with him. That's an image for the Perseverers. 2-2-14 to Adelaide, 4-4-28 on the Tyre Power scoreboard. Kumo 25% off.
Just a little settler there for the Bombers. It was good follow-up pressure, and that was by Edwards. And Kako got involved, and Edwards pushed forward then and found some space and went back with a nervous kick. But he got it home. That's the main thing. Much needed too. I know it's only early in the game, but it's just the way the game was unfolding. It was looking like a bit of a skill difference between the two clubs, but that was a better passage of play by the Bombers.
Yeah, they almost mucked it up, didn't they? Deep in defence again, but in the end, the ball movement was lovely, and Edwards has got his first. Just what the Bombers needed. 4-4 plays 2-2. 22 minutes gone first term. AFL Nation for 4 and 20 pies, and Victoria Police recruiting now. Brian for Essendon got the tap. Merritt's been excellent as always. Handballs it out to the run of Shield. Shield goes to the wing. Edwards couldn't quite take the mark.
Well, though, now he might be in trouble.
Umpire will ball it up. Smack bang on the members' wing. How many for Merritt? Liam Pickering?
He's had 10.
Wow, okay. He's been outstanding.
This ball movement, though.
Saligo.
Look at this.
Kicks it over the top to Rochelle. Rochelle handballs over the top to Thilthorpe, right on the 50. Centering kick. And he's hit an Essendon player right on the chest. And that Essendon player is Xavier Dersma. Quick ball release again. Gives it to McGrath. Has a bounce. Now to Pryor. Not the best of kicks.
Though, is it?
Perkins. Back to McGrath. And we will have a throw in between wing and half forward, slightly into the Crows attacking half. They're kicking to the city end. Only 28-14.
AFL Nation is for 4 and 20 pies, and Victoria Police recruiting now. Suspense over the throw-in. O'Brien favoured by it. Shark, though, by Durham. Kept the hands free and was able to release Caldwell. Essendon break from the wing. Kick comes wide inside the 50, and Michael Annie was always favoured by it.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot of thought. He needed to kick it short. He's trouble, though.
Yeah, no favours for Murray on the kick. Risky across the face. To Miller. Gresham with the tackle, not 15. Oh, umpire took pity if it wasn't 15. And decided to ball it up in the goal square.
Well, surely that's Pryor, Gerard. If he calls play on, it's Pryor. He's caught red hot holding the ball.
Sort of 6 one way, half a dozen the other with that.
Well, that's why it's risky to actually pass across the goal 10 metres.
Oh, the Crows had 2 up in the ruck.
Oh, dear.
That's crazy stuff. So O'Brien was late to arrive, and Peatling must have nominated, and so it is Draper's free kick in the goal square.
Oh, well, he won't go round the corner here, surely, Gerard.
I hope he does.
See, let's just listen for the crowd if he does.
Do it.
Yep. No, he's going to kick it up past.
Back to the top of the goal square. It's not fun.
There's a buzz. There's a buzz. They're hoping. No, he's going to go around the corner.
If you believe in it, you got to believe in it.
He better not hit the fat side of the ball.
Sam Draper from the top of the square curls it through for his second. He's revving the fans up. I'm doing it my way. 3-2-20 to 4-4-28. The Bombers have a couple in a row trying to build some momentum themselves. The ball for Maccas, the new AFL Happy Meal, is now available at Maccas.
He started well too. He started really well. He's been he's been their best target inside forward 50. Look at him. He's getting the crowd up and going, even in the goal spear. Bit of a jacko about him. He's revving up that cheer squad.
I wonder what the old timers are doing, sitting at home, looking at that.
Even the way he holds the ball when he goes around the corner looks very, very dicey to me, but he's hit it twice and he's hit it perfect.
So the
At Azito, we know for you it's about leaving your mark. It's a statement, making every task uniquely yours. Azito doesn't just have your back, we're right there with you, powering your DIY journey. With over 100 tools for your home and garden, all powered by one battery to make it happen. Because when it comes to getting things done, this is your moment. Do it yourself. Do it with Azito. Do you?
Have you had a car accident and needing it repaired now? With Sheen Panel Service, we will pick up and drop off your car. We will provide an accident replacement vehicle. We will even pay up to $750 off your insurance excess. Sheen will also offer a lifetime guarantee on all repairs. Get your car fixed now and conveniently with Sheen Panel Service. T's and C's apply. Visit sheengroup.com.au.
Are you suffering from an injury that wasn't your fault? At Bryden's Lawyers, we understand the challenges you face. Our team of experienced personal injury lawyers are here to protect your needs and provide guidance and support every step of the way. For a risk-free, no-obligation assessment of your claim, contact Bryden's Lawyers today at 1-800-848-848 or visit brydens.com.au. Who helps you in your time of need? We do. Terms and conditions apply.
It starts with a dream.
To go further, to rise higher, to be unstoppable.
In the finals, every moment is a chance to dream big.
Every shot, every pass, every cheer brings us closer to greatness.
This is where dreams are made. This is your moment.
Finals action on now. Watch every moment live on ESPN.
Hungry Jack's NBL Finals. Dream big.
If I asked you to go outside now, grab a shovel and hack through your internet or water connection, would you do it? Of course not. It'd cost you a fortune to fix, plus being without internet or water for hours or days would drive you mad. Yet digging without searching before you dig online first is a gamble. Or worse, if you strike a gas or electricity main. Before every job, search before you dig online every time. And never dig blind.
With a Latitude personal loan, you can give your old kitchen a makeover, combine multiple debt repayments into one, or get from A to B in a new CAR. Search Latitude personal loans online and check your personalised rate in under 2 minutes with no impact to your credit score. Make things happen with a Latitude personal loan. Latitude, your partners in money. Applications are subject to lending and approval criteria. Terms, conditions, fees and charges apply.
This weekend, don't just take a punt. Bet with confidence thanks to Tipper. They're flipping tipping on its head. For $1, you can flip an expert tip from an expert tipster. Tipper uses real-time results and unbiased statistics so you can follow tipsters who are running red hot. View tipster performance across tracks, distance and conditions. Plus, if their tip doesn't profit, the tip is free. Tipper, the tipping marketplace. Download the Tipper app. That's TIPR. Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelponline.org.au.
With over 1 billion vehicles on the road worldwide, finding one of yours can be tricky. But with vehicle tracking systems by Radius Telematics, they'll not only find your vehicle, but they'll also tell you where it's been, where it's going, and how long it's taken, including location and speeding alerts, even driving behaviour, plus so much more. Speak to Michael and the team about dashcam and asset tracking technology that'll help keep your business's valuable assets safe and secure. For more, visit radius.com today.
You're
listening to the replay of AFL Nation's call of Saturday afternoon's match from the MCG between Essendon and the Adelaide Crows.
Crows by 15 points. Macca's, I'm loving it moments. The new AFL Happy Meal is now available at Macca's. Liam Pickering for MEGT. How are you seeing it?
I'm seeing it as it sort of sits. 15-point leads, about where the margin should be. Adelaide just a bit cleaner and a little bit more, a better connection, if you like, in the forward line. Essendon's kicked a couple of goals through. One was a free kick and one was a bit of silly play from the Crows. So, at the moment they're right on top here, Adelaide.
Crows to the punt road end in this second term. Merritt and Rankin are side by side in the middle. Durham has Dawson and Caldwell is over with Crouch. Bryan wins the tap for the Bombers. Crouch was first to arrive, dragged off it by Durham. Caddy sticks a good tackle to keep it in dispute, ball it up. So Thilthorpe's been getting a couple of fingers, strap pickers for the drain man.
Yeah, he came off after his first contest, went straight off the ground, so I'd say he's dislocated a finger and hopefully not broken one, but he definitely got something going on there.
Crouch, Saligo, Scholl and Laird bring it away from the stoppage. Adelaide up to half forward with Walker in front. Tex takes the mark. He's been a good target for them so far. He'll wheel out onto the left and set them up deep. Fogarty! He dropped the mark unopposed at the last. Saligo up to Fogarty, trying to get through, got caught. Umpire blows the whistle, holding the ball.
Yeah, he dropped the put there. He lost his opponent. Reed had fallen over and left a big space for him to lead into, and he just didn't finish off the mark. He'll be disappointed.
Unlucky. I beg your pardon. A lucky let off for the Bombers there. Fogarty should have just absolutely eaten that one. Draper on the outer wing finds his skipper in Merritt. Measures the left foot kick to half full, looking for Caddy. Murray's there for the Crows. Just read it a little bit better. Gets past Kako. Got it back to Michael Annie. And good steady defence from the Crows. Scholl now to the wing. Finds Crouch. On the Shane Warne stand side of the ground. Adelaide going to the punt road end. They lead by 15. Crouch short to Saligo.
These hit-up targets are working well for the Crows.
He finds Walker, and Walker now bangs it longer. Fogarty, can he make amends here? He can. Good mark.
And good play also.
One-on-one with Reed and takes the mark in the forward pocket.
And well done, Thilthorpe. He didn't allow Mackay to come and peel off him and get a fist in there. He held him back. So once he got behind his opponent, he just needed to complete the mark. Fogarty is getting a bit of advice from over the fence by the looks of it.
A tough kick. He's 2 or 3 metres in from the Brandrew line. Shane Warne stands side, punt road end. He is a beautiful kick for goal, though.
Oh,
he's got it.
It's as good as
he has got it. Oh, he's threaded the eye of the needle. Well, he stuffed up a couple of minutes ago, Liam Pickering, but he's made up for it there with a beautiful mark and a fantastic set shot at goal from a really tight angle, and Fogarty's got 2.
That is a difficult pocket to kick from at the MCG for a right footer. It really is. And he has just pierced the middle. But you're right, he did make up for an opportunity drop, which would have been in the corridor, a much easier kick. Only moments ago, but gee, they don't get much better kicks than that.
Robot Building Supplies. Robot's got it. That's a 21-point buffer again to Adelaide. 6-5-41. The Bombers are 3-2-20, and we've been almost going 3 minutes in the second term on the onlinefencesupplies.com.au scoreboard. Here's Gerard Whateley.
Now moving the ball as they please, Adelaide.
Yeah, a lot of hit-ups. And they seem to have that good connection, as I say, all around the ground, really.
Bounce back in the middle. Bryan wins the tap, but Crouch is onto the ball again. Hand pass a bit indiscriminate. Cut off by Caddy. Sent it low down to Caldwell. Bombers with a chance to come forward. Gresham lets it get out the back. Doubles onto it. Hand pass straight up in the air. Hinge wore him close. Gresham got another go. Kept it going for Martin. Now to Hobbs. Back to Martin. Got it to his boot. Kicked it behind across the face of goal. Margin is 20.
Bit of build-up, though, by the Bombers. Options out here.
Keane has a leisurely bounce in the back pocket. Now drills it long.
To nowhere, though.
Yeah, absolutely nowhere, and it's a Essendon mark. A good option. The ball comes back to McGrath. He goes for a bit of a wander into the middle of the MCG and now switches to the members' side.
They give a lot of ground when they switch players, and a lot more than most teams. Look, he's going to go way back the other way now.
Redmond goes back inside the centre square. Oh, and it's just come off. They're dicing with trouble here. Perkins takes the diving mark. And he goes out to the Shane Warne stand side half-back flank, marked by Reid.
They're back where they were, though. It's a minute and a half's play to get to the same spot and then kick it to opposition.
Reid's coughed it straight up to Saligo.
You can feel these passages of play being analysed at great length. Saligo brings it up to Dawson. At half forwards, the Crows move it with real purpose. Now it goes to the square. Keys, right forward pocket.
It's superior skill level, isn't it, at the moment? Tricky kick this, but for a left footer to run around.
He's on the move. Keys looks to thread it home, and he does. He's got 2. He's had 4 shots to the 5-minute mark of the second term, so he's a menace. And the Crows are away here. 26-point leaders as they run hot for Ream, Australia's favourite hot water.
So if you're going to switch the play from one side of the ground, go backwards on a 45. You have the ball between the wing and half-back on the southern stand side, or the Warne stand side. You bring it all the way over to the members' side of the ground. Then you fire it back into the middle, go back to where you started, and then turn the ball over 15 metres from where the whole play started and leave opponents running towards goal the other way. It's a coach killer, that. If your skill level's not up to it, you can't hit a target from 30 metres. You're going to get hurt every time. That's the reality.
So 26 points the diff. Almost 6 minutes gone in the second term. O'Brien, Adelaide. Brian Essendon will contest the ruck. O'Brien got a great little trap by Rankin, who runs to the 50 and he kicks it to Philthorpe. Yeah. Oh, that is pretty slick stuff from Adelaide, but not a lot of opposition.
Well, what happened in the
line up 35 metres out directly in front punt road end.
What happened in the middle of the ground was their sweeper got lost. The Essendon sweeper had got sucked into the contest, and O'Brien somehow fisted it forward, and Rankin was able to run onto it. That's why you need your anchor to stay in the middle of the ground and sweep that area. Otherwise, you get opened up out the front.
Riley Philthorpe for his first for the afternoon. At the moment, it's the Crows by 26. Make it 33. All of a sudden, it's getting very, very ugly for Essendon.
Well, that's 4 in a row to the Crows. That last goal we talked about, that goal with 2 seconds to go before quarter time, feels like it sucked the energy out of the Bombers. They've come out now, Adelaide, in the first, what have we gone, 5 minutes of this quarter, and kicked, or 6 minutes, and they've kicked 3 goals. So they're going to make you pay. You can see that they're here on a mission today, and their good players are playing well. Like Dawson's up to 11, Crouch's at 11, Saligo 9, Keys has had 7 and been involved in everything. Rankin's been dangerous.
And you've touched on it.
He's had 8.
Times. The skill set between the two teams is very different.
It's a huge difference, yeah. So they need to adjust what they're doing in the middle of the ground. They don't even have a sweeper. Like, I'm staggered that they don't cover the back of that stoppage at a centre bounce. It just staggers me.
AFL Nation for 4 and 20 plies, and Victoria Police recruiting now. O'Brien had a hack at it off the turf. Durham stood his ground. Sardis out in front of Merritt, who's hot. Dawson works him over. Sardis off the ground. Coming the other way is taken to ground by Jones. Umpire lets him get rid of it. Then he got stuck with it underneath again. He'll get knocked off holding the ball.
It's unlucky. It did spill out, didn't it?
Yeah.
And then got squeezed back in.
Jones across the face of goal. Caddy reaches, can't quite take the mark. Edwards underneath. Works the hand pass around. Dersma shook the tackle right to the teeth of goal. Crows have got a couple there. Keane
he wants to go
can't
through
take it through. He just sagged off him enough to give him a way out. Hand pass to Laird. Sets it up beyond the defensive area. Rochelle had to go against Bryan, and he took the mark.
It shouldn't happen. Yeah, he had to kill that contest there, the big ruckman.
He pulls the trigger in the middle. O'Brien's free.
Well done, Durham.
It was. Just got a hand on it to spoil the party. Shield knocks it in front of himself, but Crows get it back. Miller under the pump. Got boot to ball somehow. Dawson quick hands to Crouch. Crouch now over to Rochelle. Rochelle sweeping handball to Scholl on the members' wing. Got time to use it properly. Goes short. Didn't hit a target. Curtin's there. He's drilled into the ground by Reid. I think it's Curtin. He might have gone forward. It was. And we'll have a ball up. 48 metres out from the Crows' goal at the punt road end, members' side of the ground. They lead 53-21. Quick ball up taken by Sartis. Hurried kick to half-back. Good trap by Hobbs. Hobbs kicks it to the wing. Draper wrestles with Keane. Draper did well, the big man. Paddles, keeps the ball alive. Draper, fantastic stuff. Edwards is there for Essendon. He can't grab it, and the Crows win it back. Now Saligo's got it, and he chips short to the wing. It's marked by Scholl.
Always keeps his with Scholl, brings it inboard to Miller.
He's an old-fashioned wingman, isn't he, Scholl? He might get it back here.
Saligo's the short. Scholl is on over the top. He's going to kick on the 45 instead. It didn't reach.
Second time Durham's done that.
Should have gone to Scholl. Durham bounced off his own man, Sartis. Gave it to McGrath. Kick up the line. Edwards had it pinched over the top. It's a good mark. Worrell gives some ground to Michaelani. Crows just control the tempo on the near side. Crouch is out the side. Scholl on the boundary. He's used now up ahead.
He's going to have to probably go down the line here, which will be Thilthorpe. Don't think there's an escape clause otherwise.
No, pretty well up the line. So Thilthorpe and O'Brien both got there. Bryan brought it to grounds. Peatling comes through, gathers the footy, hooked it blindly though and turned it over. Bryan brings the Bombers up the wing, but not for long. Michaelani intercepts.
Did it well. Spots up lead. He's got loose players in the middle, and that's where he goes. Finds Murray, kicks it to centre half forward. There's Crows everywhere. Neil Bullen. Miller is a thumping kick. He lines up from 45, and he misses to the right. Oh. 54 plays 21. Margin 33. 11 minutes ticked over in the second term on the online fencepsupplies.com.au clock.
4 inside 50s to Adelaide for 14 scores.
Mark, the kick in was called to play on. Kick to a 2-1 against. Jones did okay to represent, and Pryor arrived to lend a hand. It reached the wing. Keane didn't take the intercept possession. It runs away from him for a throw-in. That's to get it to halfway. Crows have kicked the only 3 goals thus far of this second term. Right on the logo as it's thrown in. Bryan gets rid of O'Brien, took it clean out of the ruck, had his kick smothered. Rankin did well, couldn't quite win it though. Bryan has a second go. Bobs it forward, bouncing ball. Edwards knocked it out the side. Crows have got numbers around it. Saligo, Miller steps out of the traffic, spreads it out to Rankin. Possibilities open up on the worn wing. Rankin just holds up. Doesn't yet chance his arm. Now goes to the lead of Keys. So able to find targets on the kick mark strategy. Keys will give them a look inside 50 on the penetrating ball. Curtin lent into the pack. Ball loose underneath. Pryor just slapped it straight to O'Brien. Curtin out the side. Good hand in there from Caldwell. Puts it out in front of Merritt off the ground. Took the yardage, but to no avail.
Murray wins it back for his team. There's whistle here, no play on. Zacot's holding the ball. Great tackle. Gresham's rewarded. Make it Hobbs.
Nothing long. He's sitting
now
down.
Gresham's got it.
Caddy.
He can run on here, Gresham. He can go for home. Caddy's in the goal square, but Gresham blazed away and missed to the left. Probably the right option, Liam Pickering.
Well, yeah.
Caddy wasn't really on, so he's probably entitled to have a shot for goal.
Yeah,
he
he probably was. He got too close to the goals, Caddy. If he was a bit further out, he was 15 metres out by the time he was going to kick. Oh, there's trouble here.
Oh, Keane's got himself in an awful spot of bother. Slipped over, got tackled. No holding the ball. Merritt picks her up and waltzes it in.
This is killing us. These blokes falling over.
Catastrophic error from the kick in. Bombers with the 7-point play. It's a replay that Mark Keane won't want to see on the Sheen panel service replay screen, and a critical goal for the Bombers, who come to 26 points as a result.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of players slipping in that part of the ground. Now, whether that ground needs a bit of work, but there was a heap of players slipped the first week of footy in Melbourne, and today we've seen a number of players, in particular in that sort of inside 50 members side of the ground at the city end.
A badly needed one for the Bombers. It was a gift, and they took it. Thilthorpe having a run in the ruck against Draper. It's 54 playing 28. Adelaide in front on the Robot Building Supplies scoreboard. AFL Nation for 4 and 20 pies and Victoria Police recruiting now. Down she goes. Draper got a hand on it. Ineffective tap out though. Diving on top of it was Peatling. Got it to Philthorpe, and that's a clever little handball over the top to Saligo, who puts it to the 50. And it's a good mark.
Did well.
I hope he hasn't hurt himself here, Redmond.
Yeah, he didn't land all that well, did he?
I think his boot might just have come off. Yeah, looks like it. That's good news. So Redmond on defensive 50. Members side. Kicks to a one-on-one. Dersma couldn't mark against Scholl. Now Scholl's going to get the handball receive here. Good vision to find Lev. But around the ball. Kako swoops. Kako gathers. Kicks to a one-on-one. Here's an opportunity for Caddy. Can't take the mark. Follow the ball. It's 3-on-2 in favour of the Crows. Murray went at it hard. Collided with an Essendon player. Umpire let it go. Picked up here by Hinge on the left boot. Didn't panic and spotted up a teammate at half-back. And that man is Laird, who goes short and finds Scholl, who's been busy this quarter.
He did well, Hinge. They had the player at the back by himself, the Bombers. They just needed to get it to him.
Scholl gives a little ground, not terribly neat. Michael Annie had to gather off his laces, bumble it up the wing. Perkins coming the other way, so the Bombers are on here. Dersma gathers, ran at the tackle, broke through, gave it to Martin from the pocket, had a bounce, steers it through. Essendon looking for some momentum. Nick Martin at full throttle. 2 in a row. 20-point margin. 5-4-34. Trailing Adelaide 8-6-54. On the Robot Building Supply score.
Limping off, Gerard.
Robot's got it.
Missed that quarters.
Phil Thorpe limping off.
Yeah. Well, that's a concern. He's such an important player for them.
Electrical and solar.
Let's have a look at this. Beautifully summed up by Martin. He could have gone to Caddy in the goal square, but he was the man. He had to take responsibility for that. Well done, Dersma. And Martin, he looked and he went, nah, I'm going to put the foot down here. And he did it beautifully. He's a really classy mover. Then he's done some sort of a rubbing of his arms celebration, which I don't know what that means. Cold.
20 points the difference. It was out to 33. So the last couple of the Bombers, just when they needed them. From the centre bounce. Peatling's there. Picked up by Keys. Almost threw it out to Dawson on his left boot.
Almost, he did.
Crow throw. And Dawson, it's just hit the line, so we'll have a throw in.
Bomber fans think it's on the floor.
Insufficient attempt.
There's the umpire overruled it. The umpire was going to throw it in, wasn't he?
Insufficient attempt, the umpire.
Oh, is that what he said? Right, for this kick.
The kick by Roberts is smothered.
That's extraordinary.
Got a throw in, which what it should have been in the first place. 50 metres out from the Crows' goal at the punt road end. Draper against O'Brien. O'Brien's got the front posse. Tapped it to Crouch. Good hands. Good vision to Dawson. Puts it back inside 50. Attacking it there was Reid. Couldn't take the chest mark. And umpire will ball it up. 35 metres out from the Crows' goal at the punt road end.
Up she goes. Tex doing the ruck work. Rochelle out of mid-air. Couldn't get the right curl on it. Made great contact. It's through for a behind. The Crows lead it by 21.
Roberts to do the kicking in. Looking towards the Shane Warne stand side, and that's where he goes. And he finds Dylan Shield.
Use it well here, Shield.
Just chips it short and finds Caldwell. Caldwell again goes short. Sartis takes the mark. Still pretty much half-back position on the outer side of the ground. Bombers kicking to the city end. Sartis goes a long option. It was a real helicopter floater. And it's cut off here by the Crows. And that's Hinge. He goes back in the middle and it's marked by Walker.
He had the short on in the Crow. He's going to get to it now. That will open things up here.
Keys takes the mark. Gets things moving quickly. Opportunity.
Yeah, that's what happens when you go to the corridor. Hinge has run down forward and taken an uncontested mark. Good protection by Rankin. And that's very good decision making. Firstly from Tex, and then good running by Hinge.
That was Murray who had the initial disposal. He said Hinge worked his way up forward, and he will line up directly in front, kicking from 40 metres out at worst. Mitch Hinge, punt road end. Looks like it's missed left, or is it a goal? No, it's sneaked home. Just. So the Crows get one back. 9-7-61, 5-4-34. Buffer out to 27 points once again at the 19.5-minute mark in the second term on the Robot Building Supplies scoreboard. Robot's got it.
A nice finish. You gave it plenty of air. Gee, you kicked it high. But anyway, it was straight. That's the main thing. Good response by the Crows. Very good response. The margin's about where it's going to sit for a while, you just feel.
Leading goal scorers in the match for the Bombers, 2 to Draper. And there's a couple of multiples for the Crows so far. Keys has got 2 and Fogarty has 2.
Panel service replay screen. Ball back in the middle. 27-point leaders, the Crows. O'Brien, clean tap down to Dawson. Breaks the ball out to Crouch. Kicks them inside 50. Rankin on the chest.
That was a more difficult mark than you think. There were arms and flailing around everywhere. He just didn't take his eye off the ball. And he goes back for now, and he'll kick this from 45 metres. Such a beautiful mover.
Centre bounce goals are worth so much.
Well, they certainly are.
Crows craft has been superior on that front.
That's the beauty of this guy, is he can play. He's dangerous in the middle, but he's real dangerous when he's in the forward line.
Isaac Rankin in the channel, sends it on its way, and David Roden watches it go over his head, through for a goal. And the Crows nail those 2 back and reset their lead at 33 points. It's 10-7-67 to Essendon, 5-4-34. Liam Pickering for MEGT build a winning team with Australia's apprenticeship experts.
So they work really hard, the Bombers, to get those goals through Merritt and Martin, and there's a bit of feeling, and then the Crows just go bang, bang. Uncontested mark from Hinge, and then pretty much uncontested again to Rankin out of a centre bounce clearance, really. So they've got the answers at the moment, the Crows. They look so much cleaner when they go in. They look like they're getting their goals a lot easier than the Bombers. The Bombers are going to work really hard for them.
And on the bench for Crowes Electrical and Solar, the good news for Adelaide is that Riley Thilthorpe, who lived off 4 or 5 minutes ago, is back on the ground. In the middle, it'll be O'Brien against Bryan. Give that one to O'Brien. Picked up by Saligo to Dawson.
Oh, it fell over again.
Here. Now he's slid into that hinge. Should be gone for holding the ball. No, too high, said the umpire. So Hinge has got it. And he goes short and sideways to Worrell on the members' wing. A bit of a lazy kick towards Crouch, but he's got support.
Oh, that's not a great handball.
Wasn't from Saligo. Back to Worrell. Mucking around with it here, the Crows. Saligo gets bowled over. Hobbs attacks it, but his handball's intercepted. And with a stalemate here, we'll have a bounce on the members' wing. It's the Crows 67, the Bombers 34. It's an equal game high 33-point lead. 23 minutes gone now in this second term on the Robot Building Supplies scoreboard.
Had the ball up. O'Brien knocks it boundary side. Saligo onto it. Kicks around the corner up inside the 50. Beautiful Mark Fogarty, who rolls to the right boot and launches from range. Missed this time. It stays kicked when he launches them. 2 goals, 1. His first miss. 34-point margin in the Crows' favour.
Missed by much either.
A big roost. Redmond to do the kicking in for Essendon. It's 34 points the margin. He goes short and finds Caldwell still inside defensive 50 on the members' side of the ground. Bombers going to the city end. Caldwell forced to go long. Draper's in front and should mark and does. Just got a couple of metres on his opponent in O'Brien, taking the mark. He dishes off behind immediately to Redmond. In 2 minds what to do with it. Goes short. By Durham, gives it back to the run of Redmond. Long ball. Caddy's got to beat 2. Can't do so, but provided the contest. Ball falls to ground. Edwards attacks it for Essendon. Picked up by Caddy. Has the ball pinned to his chest. And we'll have a ball up directly in front of Essendon's goal at the City end, 45 metres out. The Crows have doubled Essendon's score. 68 plays 34. Draper hits it into space. Caddy's there, can't pick it up. Durham can. Durham a right foot snap. Has put it out of bounds on the full. Yeah, free kick in the back pocket to Adelaide.
Strange attempt to snap there. It was nearly a drop punt, I would have thought.
Yeah. Keane is going to clear the area at the restart. Brings it in for Fogarty.
Hands are sticky today.
With authority now. O'Brien's run ahead of the ball. The kick is shallower than that, though, to Soligo. 4 minutes remain in the half. Online, fedsupplies.com.au. Do it yourself, made easy. Rochelle presents it halfway. He's got the kick inboard. He missed Crouch, so the ball is in dispute. Took a bounce or two away from a couple.
Have you or a loved one been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault? Bryden's lawyers understand the stress and uncertainty that comes with a personal injury claim. Whether it's a car accident, slip and fall, or medical malpractice, Bryden's lawyers have the knowledge and expertise to help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 1-800-848-848 today or book an online appointment at brydens.com.au. Bryden's lawyers. Who helps you in your time of need? We do.
It starts with a dream.
To go further, to rise higher, to be unstoppable.
In the finals, every moment is a chance to dream big.
Every shot, every pass, every cheer brings us closer to greatness.
This is where dreams are made. This is your moment.
Finals action on now. Watch every moment live on ESPN.
Hungry Jack's NBL Finals. Dream big.
This ultra-class haul truck is 15 metres long and it's hauling 304 tonnes of iron ore up a 45-degree muddy incline. Sounds dramatic, but it's not. Because at Pertec, we supply and service hoses for massive machines like this. They're designed and tested to handle all kinds of pressure. No drama. Pertec. Drama resistant since 1980.
At Azito, we know for you it's about leaving your mark. With over 100 tools for your home and garden, all powered by one battery to make it happen. Swing by your local Bunnings and add a brushless jet blower to your set. 36 volts of blowing power, powered by two 18-volt batteries, all from only $199. Because when it comes to getting things done, do it yourself. Do it with Azito. Do you?
With over 1 billion vehicles on the road worldwide, finding one of yours can be tricky. But with vehicle tracking systems by Radius Telematics, they'll not only find your vehicle, but they'll also tell you where it's been, where it's going, and how long it's taken, including location and speeding alerts, even driving behaviour, plus so much more. Speak to Michael and the team about dashcam and asset tracking technology that'll help keep your business's valuable assets safe and secure. For more, visit radius.com today.
With a Latitude personal loan, you can give your old kitchen a makeover, combine multiple debt repayments into one, or get from A to B in a new CAR. Search Latitude personal loans online and check your personalised rate in under 2 minutes with no impact to your credit score. Make things happen with a Latitude personal loan. Latitude, your partners in money. Applications are subject to lending and approval criteria. Terms, conditions, fees and charges apply.
This weekend, don't just take a punt. Bet with confidence thanks to Tipper. They're flipping tipping on its head by turning you into an expert tipster. It's so easy. Just make your free account so punters can follow you. Submit your tips whenever you're ready. And if your tip pays off, you'll earn a payout. Tipper, the tipping marketplace. Download the Tipper app. That's TIPR. Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelponline.org.au.
If I asked you to go outside now, grab a shovel and hack through your internet or water connection, would you do it? Of course not. It'd cost you a fortune to fix, plus being without internet or water for hours or days would drive you mad. Yet digging without searching before you dig online first is a gamble. Or worse, if you strike a gas or electricity main. Before every job, search Before You Dig online every time. And never dig blind.
You're listening to the replay of AFL Nation's call of Saturday afternoon's match from the MCG between Essendon and the Adelaide Crows.
All right, Bombers, what are you going to show us? Second half.
We're about to find out. Adelaide lead by a very healthy 40 points at the main break. Round 2 action. As we said a couple of times, the Crows haven't won here at the MCG since 2017. They're on track to break that record today. From the bounce, picked up by Durham. Handballs to Caldwell.
That's a better kick.
To the 50. And that presents an opportunity for young Caddy. Nate Caddy's taken the mark. 45-degree angle, 55 out from goal.
He's had a shot here.
Floats a long ball into the pocket. No score, will have a throw in.
They haven't won since the year they made the grand final.
Yep.
They have not won at this ground. How many games would that be have played?
10 losses and a draw since.
Oh, boy.
10 losses and 1 draw.
Well, that's ugly. Well, they won't be losing today on what we're seeing so far.
All thrown in the forward pocket. Bryan gets there first for Essendon. Couldn't quite trap it. O'Brien fires out the handball to Millerer, who kicks high and long.
Good body
to
work
Walker,
by Tex.
who got his
Nowhere to
body
kick
in
to
front
there
of
by
Draper.
Tex. What are you doing?
He just blazed away to half forward, and it's all Essendon here, and the ball's coming back pretty quickly, courtesy of Redmond.
And he plays it out the far side to Martin. Had Redmond in the corridor, decided to keep it longer down the side of the square as a free kick to Caddy.
He didn't need to push him under that. It was going over his head anyway.
Caddy signals and lays it off short. Martin,
kick.
right half forward, steers it in. Caldwell has it 2 steps inside the 50.
Tough spot to be kicking goals, though, isn't it? Outside 50 in front of the Shane Warne stand quarters, which is...
Bathed in sunshine,
Thank
Liam.
you. Thank you. I wanted to hear that.
45-degree angle to the right. Caldwell's kicked 27 goals in his 79 games coming here today.
No one on the goal line here. Big Riley O'Brien will get there, I would imagine.
Caldwell lets fly from the 50. Gave it a good ride all the way home. Promising start to the second half for the Bombers. Jai Caldwell from range. 6-4-40, trailing Adelaide 11-8-74 on the CommBank scoreboard, backing Melbourne businesses.
Yeah.
Did that easily, didn't he?
Fantastic kick. I was worried that there was no one on the goal line, but O'Brien got to the goal line in the finish and just went over his fingers.
He took a run up, didn't he?
His fingers.
Yeah.
He took a run up to try and get a jump. If there had been a couple there, you might have been able to jump and get a bit of a boost. But no, well done. Good kick, Caldwell, but you don't want to be having your shots from out there for the rest of the game. They've got to somehow try and get it closer in the corridor.
First goal of Jai Caldwell. The margin cut back to 34 points early in the piece in this third term. On the online fencesupply.com.au clock, 3 minutes have ticked over. It'll be Draper against O'Brien. Give that one to Draper. Saligo gets there first for Adelaide. Couldn't quite control it. Plays a little bit of soccer.
Oh, well done. Good mark.
And it's marked here by Dersma, who wastes no time. Long ball. Inside 50.
There. Oh, well
Brian
done.
got there. Nice trap from the big fella. Screws the ball around the body and gets the unkind bounce. That would have been a ripper goal. Great trap from the big man. The ball just bounced to the right and went through for a behind.
Didn't he do that well? He couldn't quite get there to take the mark, but got on the volley, and then he got talent, that kid, O'Brien. He's been in the system a long time.
Nick Bryan, good stuff.
Long kick on the way into play. Merritt ended up underneath. Saligo took hold of him and then landed flat on his back. And then debates the free kick. It was every which way. Merritt places it for Kako, who dropped the mark. Burst through his hands. Worrell, dicey hand pass. Gresham pounces and goals. Bombers have come out brightly. 5 to 11-8 for CommBank. Backer of Melbourne business to kick your business goals. Talk to your CommBank team today.
Yeah, fantastic. That's the way you want to see it, isn't it? Start like that. Yeah, it was a good little bit of play from the Bombers. A very bright start to the third quarter. We're looking listless at half-time. They've come out. Yeah, They've thrown the first 2 punches. Can they take a punch back if the Crows come back at them? That's the question. But the crowd are willing them to show a better effort, and they are. The start of this third quarter has been quite promising.
So interesting. They've gone with Draper in the first ruck instead of Brian this term. So they've got a bit of experience and a bit more bulk.
Well, that's what we talked about half-time quarters, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, yes, he kicked a couple of goals in the first half, but we needed a bit more body around O'Brien. He's won the hits too.
He has again. Picked up by Perkins. Got it to Merritt. Merritt throws it on the left. Floats inside 50. In front. Could have been a free kick to Michael Annie. Umpire said no, but the Crows get away with it anyway. Almost chopped off in the middle by Pryor. Picked up by Keys for Adelaide. Kicks a floating ball to the 50. Thilthorpe gets there first. Nice trap from the big fella. And now screws the ball around inside 50 to Keys, who kept on running. Good stuff from Thilthorpe. Good skills for a big man. And Keys will line up on a slight angle, kicking from about 46 metres out. He's already got a couple to his name.
Had a good start to the game. As Sistina gets home here, J-Max looking at the screen. He knows we've got this job done. Wins by 2 lengths. Can Ben Keys get the job done?
2 goals, 2 in the first half. Kicking from about 46 metres out. It's a big winder. It's an absolute helicopter, but it does the job. Somehow it goes through. I'm not sure Keys even knew it went for a goal. He's having a chuckle, but he has got the goal. So there's the reply for the Adelaide Crows. 3 goals to Ben Keys. It's 12-8-80, the Adelaide Crows. The Bombers 7-5-47 on the CommBank scoreboard.
He got that close to the man on the mark that the man on the mark fell on him. Like that's telling you you've got a bit close. How he didn't get a finger on it's got me.
And it was a mongrel kick. And I don't think Ben Keys even knew it went through. It's almost like a banana.
Oh, dear. I don't think I've ever seen that. And it went through. It was a sidewinder.
33 points. Crows in front.
Now, this is the question I was asking before. So they've kicked the first 2, thrown 2 punches and landed them. Now the Crows have landed one straight back on their hooter. And let's see what happens here for the Bombers.
AFL Nation for 4 and 20 pies and Victoria Police recruiting now. Ruckman pretty well shared that in the middle. Rankin with the dancing feet. Sardis tried to scrounge it. Rankin worked it on.
Had to
scoop it. Gave it up. Sardis with the resulting free kick. Uses it as a hand pass to Pryor, who kicks through centre half forwards. Didn't really do anyone any favours. Ground ball. Scholl arrives first for the Crows. Gave ground with a hand pass to Millerer. Kicks very close to the boundary. Michael Annie in the field of play takes the mark.
Quite a clever kick in the end. He was trapped. He couldn't use his left. He had to kick the banana.
Annie studies the terrain. Long down the line. Thilthorpe and Mackay wrestling with each other.
Had to be.
One arm over the shoulder of Mackay.
Had to be, yeah.
And this defender gets the free kick.
Huge crowd at Rose Hill by the looks of it. All getting around this horse. Superstar.
Mackay dabs it forward. Dersma came out, dropped the mark. Interference from Scholl.
Arm chop.
Dersma's outside the 50. Draper, Caddy, Jones are the deep targets. Dersma kicks it in that direction. So jump ball top of the square. Caddy ends up with it underneath and hooks it through from behind.
Getting his hands on the ball this quarter, Liam, the young man, Nate Caddy.
Yeah, he
very
is.
quiet in the first half.
Well, it's not really his fault, to be honest, the way they used the ball to him. But yeah, the better their entries will be, the better he'll be. Those slow entries, though, in the first quarter, they'll go.
Led to the wing. Mackay went out with Thilthorpe. It's a 0-0 draw. And we'll have a bounce. 12-8-80 Adelaide, 7-6-48 the Bombers. Round 2 action on AFL Nation. Beautiful day at the MCG. Umpire throws it up. Draper. The tap. Crouch. Being harassed by Merritt. Picked up by Rankin. His kick's partially smothered. Falls to Draper, handballs to Merritt, gives it to Caldwell. He turns it over. Dawson, left foot kick to half forward. Walker wrestling with his opponent. Bounce falls in favour of Shield. Oh, he put his teammate under the hammer. That's a bad blue. Handball over the top. And And Neil Bullen will finish off the work. No, he won't. Doesn't even make the distance in the end. Just harassed as he kicked. So good defensive work there from the Bombers, and we'll have a throw in the forward pocket.
Going to be better there, the Crows.
32-point margin. Crows attacking the city end to the right as we look at it in this third term. Tex to ruck against Draper. Kept each other away from it. Bounce ball in front of them. McGrath knocked off his kick, so it hasn't gone far. Neil Bullen, lovely one-handed grab. Tried to dink it out the side, didn't work. Redmond hand passes boundary side, and it runs out of play in front of McGrath.
It's an ambitious 2-metre kick he was trying.
Yes. 35 out from the Crows' goal. Draper and Walker again. Draper takes it at the back, slings it onto the boot, lands it long down the line, but they will set the Crows to repel, and Murray takes the mark.
Kicks to Worrell, who'll switch to the Shane Warne stand side, and the mark's taken by Michael Annie.
Shoal's going to drop into a hole here.
And passes to Millerer. And there's the man you were talking about as Scholl takes the uncontested mark. Kicks to half forward.
Sure, I don't know if he saw him.
There's Dawson again.
He's just a very good player, this guy. He's a terrific player.
And kicks to the hot spot. Hoping for one of those big three Crows to take the mark. Not forthcoming. Picked up by Caldwell. And that's a clever little kick to Dersma, who pops it over the top. Bombers might be away here. Gresham.
Nowhere to go from here, though.
Goes inboard by hand to Caldwell.
Well, that's all right.
Handballs over the top to Perkins. Perkins has a bounce. Southern stand side, or Shane Warne stand side, goes inside 50, but poor option, 2-on-1.
Well, unless he thought he could kick a 65-metre drop punt that would get there like a tracer bullet, it was never going to merit.
Crows clear through Laird. He gives it to Crouch.
And Scholl's on the far side.
Rankin ahead.
Rankin has a look what's up ahead, flows on and kicks it to Keys.
Loose plays everywhere.
Oh. Inboard, it'll come to Curtin, not 15. Stands in the tackle, took a while, gave it back to Keys, bounced it around the boundary. Rochelle is going to try to fashion something. He's kicked it out on the full. Oh no, it's been touched, throw it in.
Vicious attempt by Rochelle, a left foot banana on the boundary. Mind you, there wasn't a lot to kick to at the top of the square. Pure ball movement from Adelaide from one end to the other is the difference between the two teams.
Curtin is going to have to ruck against Draper. Draper taps it down. Old Dilthorpe fed it to Keys. He's had no one with him all day. He's got 4. And the Crows have put those 2 goals back on, and they lead again by 38 points. 13-8 to 7-6 on the Combank backing Melbourne Businesses scoreboard.
He's having some sort of a game, Ben Keys. I'll give you his numbers, except the computer's pooed itself. I'll get that back. 4 goals, 2, yeah. So, and the 2 he missed weren't that difficult. So he's having a real impact, Ben Keys. He was actually a little bit quiet last week in the win, because he won their best and fairest last year. But he's playing purely as a small forward. He was a bit through the midfield last week at times, but he's a real party starter for them as well. And it's important because if you look at the good teams in the competition, they've got a combination of good small forwards. And obviously with Rochelle and Keys, Rankin, Saligo, Neil Bullen, they're getting a little group there, even though Rankin plays a bit more in the midfield.
Margin back out to 38. The Crows led by 40 at half-time. 2 goals from Essendon have been answered by 2 goals from the Crows as the umpire goes down. Picked up by Sartis, got it off to Shield. Shield kicks a long ball inside 50. Oh, it's a courageous mark taken by Murray. Very nicely done. Switches to the members' wing. Rochelle, long ball. Fogarty's got the sit here. Fogarty, second bite, takes the mark. Fogarty gives the handball off to Crouch.
Yeah, he's on his
ran himself in the corner. He goes short to Walker, and it's just the 15. The umpire allows it, so Walker will line up on a 45-degree angle, and he'll be kicking from about 45 metres out. He's a thumping kick, and I'll put this down in the record as a goal.
Yeah, there's no problems with the distance, for sure. Inside right post should work beautifully back. That'll be about it. There's not much wind around today.
Just one behind for Tex Walker so far this Savo. 34 years of age now. 280 games, 642 goals. And it is a beautiful kick.
He's a lovely kick.
Left or right, take your pick. Walker gets his first, and this is a game-high margin now. It's 7-6-48 the Bombers. The Crows storm away to 14-8-92. That is a 44-point margin.
He's got a beautiful, smooth technique, hasn't he?
All that on the CommBank scoreboard, by the way. CommBank backing Melbourne businesses.
Just having a look at that replay, and I'm not sure what Brad Kraut's called for that ball. He's got no right foot. So then he had to spin back in, and as it turned out, it chipped it back into Tex, who was able to finish the job off. But man's got to know his limitations. You call for a ball hard up against the boundary on your right side. I think Fogarty looked at him and went, "Oh, do you really want it? I probably have to give it to you, but because you're there, just don't be there."
Sheen panel service replay screen. I wonder if Tex gets subbed again today. Nurse him through the long season in a game that they seem to have well under control. Lovely tap to Sardis on the break. Got it from Bryan. Kicks inside 50. Not great. Keane kept it away from Edwards. Socketed it out to half-back for the Crows. Durham committed himself, left the ball behind. Dersma tidied it up. Hand pass went backwards to Pryor. Kicked into the jumble. Crouch gets hold of it, gave it to Scholl. Crows bring it forward. Tex too strong for Redmond. Turns and delivers inside the 50, and Curtin takes the mark low down. He's got options inboard. He's going to back himself. Peatling's a bit disappointed with that.
Yeah, the problem with Peatling, well, I suppose it was long enough away, 15 metres, but you're just not sure whether they're going to pay him or not. You know, you might as well, if you're on a 45-degree angle, it's probably a little bit worse than that, but he wants a goal as well. Young Dan Curtin.
He's trying to find a place for himself. He's played forward this afternoon. Curtin from 48 metres out. Kicked beautifully.
First goal, Gerard?
First this year. 3 last year. He kicks it like that. He'll make a forward of him. That's a 50-point margin. 15-8-98 to the Dons, 7-6-48.
Right, so that first goal, that's 10 goal kickers in the game so far for Adelaide.
Yeah, it's a good mix, isn't it? That's what they had last week as well, a really good mix. So we talked about the punch in the nose. They landed 2 and they've got 4 back.
Yeah.
And this quarter's, again, getting away from them. Unfortunately, the Bombers.
Highly touted Daniel Curtin. Big talk that the Hawks were going to take him. The last minute they decided to go for someone else.
Who was it?
The Wizard. Who was?
Oh, they went the Wizard. Off to see the Wizard. Certainly different players.
50 points. It's getting ugly. 10 different goal kickers for the Crows after Curtin nails his first. The Bombers go inside 50 through Bryan. Keane is there for Adelaide. Man, what's he going to do with it?
All over.
Yep. Almost heart and mouth when he's one-on-one. Ball yells the crowd. The Adelaide crowd. It's a free kick going to Edwards for the Bombers. So the first gamer. Thought it was going the other way for a moment, but it's definitely going to Essendon. And young Thomas Edwards, who kicked a goal on debut in the first quarter.
Might be a bit trickier though.
Got to screw it around on his left foot. You know he's a left footer. And he's about 20 metres out, about 2 metres in from the boundary line. And it's across the face and just sneaks home for 1 point. So 1 goal, 1 for Tom Edwards in his debut. 98 plays 49 on the CommBank scoreboard.
He's just down on the bench at the moment for Krause Electrical and Solar. Slip on the shuffle there, Ruckman around. Crows at the restart. Kick in comes long. Dawson's their best chance. Bryan hit the pack. Hit Sardis, his own man. Knocked it out of bounds. Down forward for Essendon. Crows have Sib Draper as their sub. Jai Menzies, both unused thus far. And they're about to reach the 20-minute mark of the third term. wonder what both coaches are thinking. Peatling storms through the stoppage, gathers cleanly, gives it to Neil Bullen, being pursued by Shield. Had to hand pass it away. Durham overwhelmed by the pressure. Neil Bullen has another go. Hand pass to Saligo, shot it out the front. Peatling onto the bouncing ball, caresses it forwards, weighted it well. Dawson takes the mark. He'll roll and go and give them a look deep. Keck set himself a couple against, and Pryor read the flight, punched it out of play.
He goes. He likes to wheel on that left foot. Jordan Dawson, which is a good move. I like it when blokes get the mark and they just straight away, they know what's going on ahead of them. It makes it a hell of a lot easier for the forwards. If you know a player's going to move, get on the move straight away.
Right forward pocket for Adelaide. Shallow throw in. Bryan knocked it down underfoot. Nothing emerged from it.
Some of the major possession winners, Merritt and Dawson leading the way with 22 apiece.
The throw in, Jones got it to Roberts. Left foot kick, wobbles it to half-back. Draper, good trap from the big man, and then lost his footing. Laird's there. Saligo's there for Adelaide. Laird got tackled without the footy. Umpire let it go. Might be an Adelaide goal anyway.
Yep.
Rochelle kicks the goal. And he loves it. He's got 3. One in each quarter. And 104 to 49, so it's out to 55. Nasty if you're a Bombers fan.
Yeah, 5 in a row to the Bombers.
Well, you said, Pickers, they've got the first couple. Now, you asked the question, can Essendon continue the fight back? Well, it's going to be the Crows answering. They've answered 5 times.
5 times. And so it's taken the win right out of the sails of the Bombers. Nice finish by Rochelle. He knows how to kick a goal. Oh, boy, gee, he knows how to celebrate too. Have a look at him. Good on him. So they've got 7 goals out of Keys and Rochelle. Pretty happy with that.
16-8, 104, 7-7, 49. We've been travelling 21 minutes in the third term on the onlinefencesupplies.com.au clock.
Essendon crowd would have come along expecting a contest today, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
They wouldn't be expecting a blowout. This is what it's looking like.
Going to be pretty sour about it, I reckon. Sanderson, Merritt conspire to win the clearance. High ball to centre half forwards. Dictating players, Mike Lanny. And brings the Crows out the near side. Rochelle watches it come over his shoulder, trying to put a step on Merritt, and did. And then kicks with great poise going forward. Sat there for Saligo. Hands it off to Rankin. So Rochelle, Saligo, and Rankin involved. Rankin from the boundary. The $1 million shot! How do you like that? Only the sublimely skillful can hit that. 2 for Rankin. He made no effort to open the angle whatsoever. He stayed on the contour of the boundary and landed one of the best you'll see. Crows by 61. They are running hot for Ream, Australia's favourite hot water.
He was being chased hard by the Bomber defender there, Andrew McGrath. He knew exactly what he was doing. That was Andrew McLeod-esque, as we talked about before the game. And he just got in the return of the crowd. Well, that's
what else do you expect?
This is what I do.
That emoji, you know, with the arms out.
Yeah, I send that to you quite a bit.
Yeah, you do.
Really?
And another one with a finger in it.
Yeah, that's usually going to give you that one as well. But that brilliant goal. I think there's our highlights for goal of the day, play of the day, whatever you want to say. It's just brilliant by a champion. Well, not a champion player yet, but a star player anyway.
61 points the margin. Down in the middle again. Bryan against O'Brien. O'Brien got it. Saligo the handball went straight to Bryan for Essendon. The big ruckman smashes it inside 50 with a right foot. No mark to Murray. Kako, who's been very quiet so far. A little bit of soccer. Umpire says insufficient attempts.
Which is a bit stiff. I mean, you know
what else can he do?
Well, you know what he was trying to do. He's trying to get it out and get onto it himself, but he just got a bit too much. Happened the other night in the game, actually. It might have been the Thursday night game.
Free kick to Adelaide in the back pocket. Long ball to the Shane Warne stand wing, and it's a strong mark, a strong contested mark taken by Phil Thorpe. Gives it to Dawson. Left foot kick, looking for Walker's caught behind Redmond, who did well. For the ball is McGrath. Gives it off to Shield. He has a bounce. Handballs inside the centre square, taken by Sartis. Now gives it off to Durham, who grits the teeth. Handballs to Hobbs. Hobbs' handball's too fancy.
Fancy, all right.
Way too fancy, and it's a turnover. Peatling grabs it for Adelaide. Sweeps the handball to Saligo. Bang! Ball clash of heads there.
That hurt.
That is nasty. Saligo's down. I think he's okay. Caldwell to Sartis. Terrible chip inside 50 to Kako. He fronts 2 tackles, and Kako has kicked a wonderful goal. Broke 2 tackles, and the teenagers kicked a beautiful goal at the punt road end from 45 metres out. That is classy.
We had no right to do that. He broke 2 strong tackles, as we see, and a brilliant finish as we see Saligo coming off. I don't know whether he will come off for an assessment or not.
Clash of heads.
There was definitely a clash of heads, but it wasn't from a bump. It was from a tackle, a brutal tackle at that. But an accidental clash of heads. No, that was fantastic by young Kako. It really was. He really didn't have any right to kick that. I mean, he shouldn't have got past the first tackle, let alone the second one. Yeah, he's having a look at this. Yeah, you'll see a bit more of that, Isaac. Don't worry. You'll see it, mate.
Oh, that was a goal of the day contender.
Well, after the one we saw the goal before, we've had a couple of beauties in a row, haven't we?
Yeah. I reckon that one was even better.
Okay. Like you're not reading out the awards.
Well, that's why you get the big bucks. I'm just the hat commentator.
Let's have a look at what's going on with Saligo. They're not doing an assessment by the looks of it.
Down there for the drain man. Boundary update. So in the middle, Dawson wins the clearance from the centre bounce. He delivers out wide. Rankin hauls.
If you have been the innocent victim of an accident, let Bryden's lawyers help you recover the compensation you deserve. At Bryden's lawyers, we understand the physical, emotional, and financial toll that personal injuries can have on you and your loved ones. That's why we are committed to achieving the best outcome for you and your family. Contact Bryden's lawyers today at 1-800-848-848 or visit brydens.com.au to book an appointment. Who helps you in your time of need? We do.
With a Latitude personal loan, you can give your old kitchen a makeover, combine multiple debt repayments into one, or get from A to B in a new CAR. Search Latitude personal loans online and check your personalised rate in under 2 minutes with no impact to your credit score. Make things happen with a Latitude personal loan. Latitude, your partners in money. Applications are subject to lending and approval criteria. Terms, conditions, fees and charges apply.
This is one of Australia's most remote oil rigs. It's taller than a 10-storey building and gets pounded by tropical storms and 12-metre waves. It sounds dramatic, but it's not. We're Pertec, and we supply the hoses and hydraulics for this rig. We know they can perform in extreme conditions. No drama. Pertec. Drama resistant since 1980.
At Azito, we know for you it's about leaving your mark. It's a statement, making every task uniquely yours. Azito doesn't just have your back, we're right there with you, powering your DIY journey. With over 100 tools for your home and garden, all powered by one battery to make it happen. Because when it comes to getting things done, this is your moment. Do it yourself. Do it with Azito. Do you?
It starts with a dream.
To go further, to rise higher, to be unstoppable.
In the finals, every moment is a chance to dream big.
Every shot, every pass, every cheer brings us closer to greatness.
This is where dreams are made. This is your moment.
Finals action on now. Watch every moment live on ESPN.
Hungry Jack's NBL Finals. Dream big.
This weekend, don't just take a punt, bet with confidence thanks to Tipper. Tipper is the real-time marketplace for punters and tipsters, bringing you expert tips on demand. They're flipping tipping on its head. There's no gimmicks and no subscriptions. Just flip an expert tip when you want one and never pay for a losing tip again. Tipper, the tipping marketplace. Download the Tipper app. That's T-I-P-R. Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelponline.org.au.
With over 1 billion vehicles on the road worldwide, finding one of yours can be tricky. But with vehicle tracking systems by Radius Telematics, they'll not only find your vehicle, but they'll also tell you where it's been, where it's going, and how long it's taken, including location and speeding alerts, even driving behaviour, plus so much more. Speak to Michael and the team about dashcam and asset tracking technology that'll help keep your business's valuable assets safe and secure. For more, visit radius.com today.
If I asked you to go outside now, grab a shovel and hack through your internet or water connection, would you do it? Of course not. It'd cost you a fortune to fix, plus being without internet or water for hours or days would drive you mad. Yet digging without searching before you dig online first is a gamble. Or worse, if you strike a gas or electricity main. Before every job, search before you dig online every time. And never dig blind.
You're listening to the replay of AFL Nation's call of Saturday afternoon's match from the MCG between Essendon and the Adelaide Crows.
Final term is underway. AFL Nation for 4 and 20 pies and Victoria Police recruiting now. Bombers with the first clearance. Merritt's on the run. A long-range shot for his third. He's on the money. Skipper's giving his all. Bombers get the first of the fourth term. 9-7-61 to Adelaide. 18-10, 118. The Harvey Norman scoreboard.
Three to Merritt. Fair effort. Margin back to 51 points. Been their best player by the proverbial country mile this afternoon. The skipper.
Odd passage of play. There was a whistle, a free kick. They stopped the advantage. So Merritt won the initial clearance and kicked the goal.
18-10-1-1-8. Plays 9-7-61. Draper against O'Brien in the ruck. O'Brien got the tap, ineffective one. Merritt on hands and knees again. Fed the ball out. Here's big Draper, got boot to ball. Now it's up for grabs. Sharked here by Hinge, who kicks it inside 50. Was looking for Philthorpe. Kai couldn't take the mark. Philthorpe, beautiful handball to Saligo, who walks into an open goal. And there's the quick reply, Liam Pickering, the quick reply we've seen time after time after time this afternoon.
Well, they just had the answers, haven't they, all day? We're inside, we haven't probably played a minute.
First goal to Jake Saligo, that makes 11 goal kickers.
Yeah, they've got the answers. They've got the class edge. The big forwards get the ball to ground, and if they do, they've got runners everywhere. And you look at how hard it is for Essendon, how hard they have to work to get goals, and then you see how easily they're answered by a pretty potent forward line. I like the look of this Adelaide forward line. I think it looks really dangerous. 3 talls, 3 good smalls. They've got Jordan Dawson in the middle, who's really important. They've got a good mix, and they're doing it without Isaac Rankin now. And he's stubbed out.
They're going to run up some big numbers this year.
And Caddy out as well.
Liam Pickering for MEGT. Bounce back in the middle. Tap went the way of Sid Draper. Got tackled and dispossessed. Caldwell suffered the same fate. Perkins, a couple of goes. Dawson wraps him up. Ball up.
Look about their last win, 2017, when they were here last time they had a win, which is their grand final year, and they were a powerful scoring side that year. Went missing in the grand final, of course, but they were a pretty powerful scoring unit. And I think they're going to be like that this year too.
Saligo at the source to Sid Draper. Dropped as he kicked it, but it landed luckily with Neil Bullen.
I wonder if they'll bring back the power stance.
Oh, I don't think they'll be ever seen again. Well, that and the camp are gone forever. We won't be seeing them back.
Sid Draper just has come away from that limping, and he's going to head to the bench, unfortunately, for the drain man. Got to Google. That's called the drain man. Alex Neil-Bullen from 49 metres out. Beautiful. Set-shot kicking has been outstanding this afternoon. 2 for Neil-Bullen, 20 for the Crows. And poor old Sid Draper is hobbling down to the rooms with the doctor under one arm, so that's not a great sight. 20-10, 130 over Essendon, 10-7-67. Go Harvey Norman. Samsung 2024 TV run out on now. Big screens, king screens, all screens on sale. Harvey Norman, best prices guaranteed.
You tipped 150, Gerard?
Yeah, I was going to say, we mused at half-time whether they could get to 150. They were 74 at half-time. Oh, well and truly on their way there and beyond. 2 goals in the first 4 minutes of this last quarter. And this margin is not great for the Bombers.
Riley O'Brien up against Sam Draper. Give that one to O'Brien. Peatling couldn't find a teammate by hand, but Crouch rides shotgun and wins the ball back for Adelaide. Only as far as Merritt. Caldwell, good tackle on him by Hinge. Picked up again by Merritt. That's a lovely kick to the 50.
It was a beauty.
And it's marked here by Menzie. Joe Menzie, the sub for Essendon's on. It's a pretty ordinary kick. It just floated into the hot spot. Here's Kako. Twists, turns. Little inside out number. Is it 15?
Not far enough.
Playoff's the call. Picked up by Draper. Draper over the shield in the pocket. Oh, it's not Merritt again, is it? No, it's Gresham. Gresham misses to the right and kicks one behind. 1:30 play, 68 on the Harvey Norman scoreboard. 5 minutes gone in the final term on the online fencesupplies.com.au clock.
Laird clears the area for the Crows, but it's repelled by Pryor. Pryor a chance to put Essendon back to full forward. He's gone for Edwards, got nudged out of the contest. That's how the umpires saw it. There was a push. Tom Edwards can go back and have a shot. His third of the afternoon.
Yeah, not really any need for Keane to do that, Pickers.
He makes
a lot of mistakes, doesn't he?
Silly mistakes, yeah. Bit of inexperience around the... hasn't been playing football that much. He went over to Ireland, didn't he? He's talented.
Former Magpie.
Panel service replay screen. Set shot is with Edwards.
Good on him.
He puts it right through. He's got a couple on the boot. An unforgettable afternoon, regardless of what's happening to the collective. 58 points down, the Bombers. 11-8-74.
You like to see this. A guy getting his opportunity, and
he's not a big man, is he? He looks like more of a third.
Yeah, he's a third
top forward, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh, he's got a physique. He looks like he's been. Well, look how skinny his arms are. So he hasn't really know what a gym program is yet. He's got arms like pencils, and he got pushed out of the way by the defender, which was probably a bit easy to be pushed out like that, but the umpire was a little bit early. But you know, he's moved all right. He's been pretty good. So they'll get him in a weights program, get him in the gym, give him a bit more strength.
AFL Nation for 4 and 20 pies, and Victoria Police recruiting now. It's 130 playing 74 in this final quarter at the MCG. From the bounce, taken by Durham. Left foot kick for Essendon to the 50. Laird wrestling with Hobbs. Hobbs almost took the one-hander and then ran out of room. He got a throw in. Good harassment from Laird. So a ball thrown in about 55 out from the Bombers' goal at the city end of the ground. Down by 56. Draper against O'Brien. Draper, nice tap to the feet of Sartis. Got the handball out to Roberts. Oh, and here's the sub Menzie. Didn't have much opportunity there. He got the handball and then got crunched into the ground. Much you could do about that. We'll have a ball up directly in front of the Bombers' goal, about 35 metres out. Brian the tap. Another stalemate.
Sorry, Quarters. I've been impressed by Adelaide's ability to close Essendon down, like to really wrap them up, and give them no time and space.
Now, what's happened here is a whistle on play. That's a free kick going the Crows' way, and the recipient is Hinge, deep in defence.
Hinge brings it across the face of Gelder Murray. Murray will clear the area to Millerer. Can have a look down the line. Saligo presents inboard. He's been able to kick their way out of defence for most of the afternoon. Worrell brings it up now to Peatling. He's got the inboard, which is not 15, so Laird had to get a scurry on. Quickly out to Dawson. Dawson slips the hand pass to Peatling. Oh, he ran into a dead end. He second-guessed himself on the hand pass, and that's where it ended. Dersmer on the turnover. The give and go with Martin. He'll slip it over the top to Perkins. He's got Hobbs on over the top, or he's going to kick long to a 2-on-2 inside the 50. Keane across the front. Durham hit it hard. Gave it to Edwards. He'll kick his third. It's a debut to remember now.
Nothing wrong with 3 goals, 1 on debut, Gerard.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
Tom Edwards, he's the goods.
He kicked 4 in a cracky match, didn't he?
Yeah, and a half. 12.880 to 2010 130. Harvey Norman's scoreboard.
Well, that's right.
Quite a fat one here, Liam.
Yeah, absolutely. Stephen? Yeah, absolutely. Well, he's one of the shining lights in a pretty dark afternoon for the Bombers, to be honest. Round 2, and there'll be a lot of Essendon fans here, and they'll be pretty flat with what they've seen, but they'll have seen flashes from Kako, a couple of nice bits of play. They've seen a young bloke here, Tom Edwards, kicked 3 goals on debut. And Zach Merritt's doing Zach Merritt things, but outside of that, it's been a pretty flat performance for mine. 50 points. Might even be flattering.
Down she goes in the middle. Draper rose high. Beautiful tap to Sartis. He didn't break stride. Goes into the full forward area, but it's knocked away by the Crows' defence. Sartis follows up his work with a wonderful shot at goal.
Touched
on the line, and it was his teammate. It was his teammate. Beautiful play by Sartis. Followed up his own work. Ball touched on the line. Crows by 49.
Miller on the restart. Kicks it in long. No mark taken by Neil Bullen, so it had to be one underneath. And, that's Sid Draper back into the fray, so that's a good sign. He delivers up to half forward. Fogarty clears the way. Dinks it over the top for Neil Bullen, who's run on. Lets it bounce. He's got Sid Draper inboard. Now, what's Sid going to do? He's going to miss near side.
Oh, look at the top of the square. Oh, boy. Ben Keys is going, hang on a little, mate. You just got to square that one up. You're running at me. He just got a bit narrow on his kick, didn't he?
Try to bring the ball back into play for Essendon. Chooses the Shane Warne side. Jones unsuccessfully. Ball knocked over the line for a throw-in.
They've got power, though, haven't they, the Crows? If they can keep this up, they've got genuine power. You know, they'll get tested against better sides.
They're always going to be hard to beat at home, though, aren't they?
Well, my word, they will be.
So, they can chalk up quite a few wins if they can stay intact.
Health's your best friend at the moment, though, isn't it? Certainly your best friend at the end of the year, as we know.
O'Brien for Adelaide. Awkward little kick inside 50. Only as far as Roberts. He goes into the corridor. Risky kick, but it's come off. Bombers taking some risks here, as they should. Shield for Essendon. Kicks to half forward. Hobbs is all by himself. He can pop one over the top to Kako. Decides to go by hand instead to Menzie, and Menzie has missed. The sub has missed to the left. Probably should have nailed that one. It's always easier up here, though. 131 to 82. Crows in front.
And it comes to Miller. Miller gives the hand pass back, and kick comes to Rochelle. Rochelle dabs it inboard. Murray into centre field, so Bryan can control the direction of play now. To the Warne side of the ground. Keys shields the eyes, takes the mark. Ran on ahead, but the kick came sideways to Laird. He's got Crouch near centre half forward, but he plays out wide instead, and Keys is still viable. It's all the way across the ground, the Crows. Keys did a lot of signalling and then wheeled around and pumped it up inside the 50. Fogarty rose, didn't quite time at that.
No free kick.
On that occasion. Over the top and out of play.
Even if you jump that early and into someone's back and you don't even touch the ball, well, you think you'd umpire would probably call unrealistic attempt. But, no, unless he jumped on his teammate instead of the opposition.
Yeah,
which he may have done.
50 out from the Adelaide goal. Sam Draper let it get past him. Laird was waiting for it. Keys popped the hand pass for Scholl. Beautiful gather and steers it through for a goal. He's a lovely player, Scholl.
He is.
He covers the ground for Pertec. Australian Industry trusts Pertec. Drama resistance since 1980. Is that a dozen goal kickers, Quarters?
It is.
He was a bit of the whipping boy a couple of years ago, Scholl. He was in and out of the team a bit, but last year, really, I think Matthew Nicks realised he's a pretty damn important player for this team. Ben Keys involved again. He nailed that left foot much better than his uncle could. He would have scooped that right up. Nice player.
Lovely handball from Keys too, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what I mentioned. He has been a really dangerous player, Keys. I'm not flagging anything too much other than he'll be around the votes. Keys, I've loved his game.
4 goals, 2 to Ben Keys.
Jordan Dawson's up to 30 disposals, 750 metres.
750 metres gained.
He's a bit of a thumper out of the middle, though, so you can normally pick 40 or 50 up there.
There's a free kick here for a ruck infringement against Brian for Essendon. Going to be taken by Phil Thorpe, who plays on straight away. Helicopters one inside, 50. Keys in front. Couldn't take the mark. Heatling overran it. Good pick up by Sartis. Gave it off to Shield. Shield handballs out wide to Jones. Sidesteps the tackler. Kicks the half forward. Setting himself for the Bombers was Edwards. Couldn't quite take the mark. Good work by Murray to affect the spoil. And we'll have a throw in. Half forward flank. Outer side of the ground. City in. Bombers into attack. It's the Crows in front. 137-82 on the Harvey Norman scoreboard.
Ball on its way into play. Phil Thorpe cleared the way, took it out of the ruck, was in the Bryan tackle, missed his boot. Jones gets taken to ground by Sid Draper, a ball it up.
A lot of those wiry players, haven't they, Essendon? You know, Durham and Jones and these type of guys that real athletic bodies, but not much strength.
Caldwell to Shield at the stoppage. High ball inside the 50. It lands short of Sam Draper. Not quite dealt with as it might have been in defence initially. But Dawson coming and Crouch made good. And Keys working everywhere. Defensive side of the middle takes the mark right on the boundary.
20th disposal for Ben Keys. A very, very influential player.
Short to Cumming, not 15.
He's been quite coming.
Yeah, hardly called him today, haven't we?
He's had 9 touches, but yeah.
Up to Phil Thorpe. Brings it into Walker.
Oh, Lucy's half forward.
Tex is going to bang it inside 50. Fogarty's got the drop at the back.
Was that Durham that misjudged it, or was it Redmond?
No, it was
Mackay even.
Yeah, Mackay.
He just completely lost touch, didn't he? He didn't know whether to look at Fogarty or to look at where the ball was coming. In the end, he was neither.
And that's not a great moment from key defender.
No. Look, he's just lost, just wandering around.
Darcy Fogarty kicking for his third on the angle to the right. Navigated it well.
Doesn't miss.
Fogarty's got 3. The Crows are up to 143. 22-11, 143 to 12-10, 82. Harvey Norman scoreboard.
And Liam Pickering, we haven't even reached the halfway mark of this final quarter.
Oh, there's plenty of goals left out there. Don't worry about that. They're just getting them a bit easy. But this is... Look, so he's got front position here, Ben Mackay. He's tried to push off, then he's lost him. The ball's gone a bit further, admittedly, than he thought it was going to when he took that, aggressive position in front. Oh, dear. He's not a guy that you want to have a set shot anywhere inside 50 metres. He's just too good a kick.
143 plays 82.
This spread of goal kickers is important, though, isn't it? 4 to Keys, 3 to Rochelle, 3 to Fogarty, 2 to Rankin, 2 to Phil Thorpe.
We hope Rankin's okay, as you said. He came off. It didn't look like he was under any duress, so maybe they're just giving him a bit of managed time.
Whereas Sid Draper went off looking under real duress and came back on looking under no duress. So...
Secondary bounce in the middle. Brian got the tap for the Bombers through the legs of Sartis. On top of it was Draper, and he's been pinged for holding the ball. Advantage paid. Merritt. Nice hit up to Draper. And the big ruckman has taken the mark on a slight angle 30 metres out, and I can make one prediction here. He's going to kick around the corner.
Oh, that's going to be funny. He's getting a bit far out for this sort of stuff.
So this is for his third. He's about 35 metres out on a very slight angle, and he's going to kick around the corner once more for his third.
This is not going through, guys. He's not kicking this.
Sam Draper.
Oh, is he?
Never looked like this. The big fella's got 3.
Oh, goal.
22-11-1-43. 13-10-88. You should get Peter Hudson on during the week, Gerard. Just ask him what he thinks of Sam's set shot for goal kicking.
Hello, one of the best goal kickers of all time, and he kicked flat punts, though.
Yeah, flat
Show
punts.
the current players how to kick a flat punt. Good luck. I don't know how they kick them so straight, those flat punts. You ever tried one?
Yes,
Yeah.
not intentionally.
No, that's what I mean.
It's the most unusual.
The ball shape was very different, though, wasn't it?
Was it?
Yeah, the balls were a bit different. They're they were much more pointier now.
Yeah, right, okay. It's before my time, but...
It's the most unusual kicking style we've seen it go in many a year on the
he's
panel service replay screen.
But he's clearly worked on it, Jack.
Yeah.
He's got a set routine. Holding the ball with one hand.
Out
It's
horizontal
weird.
at full stretch.
Sardis out of the middle, kicks the Bombers forward. Michaelani, Worrell, Hinge, they all hold up. Miller out the far side for Keys. Crows bring it to halfback. Keys just dabs it to Crouch. It is 15. So we've reached time on of this final term, but there's still 8 minutes and 50 seconds to go. It's been a wide open affair. Sid Draper marks right on the boundary. There's going to be a little conversation between...
I think you're saying it's not far enough.
Oh, right.
So you've actually gone over the boundary line, so we'll throw it in, yeah.
So boundary throw in on the far side. What do you think of the crackdown on the 15-metre kick?
Yeah, I think it's good, actually.
I love it.
Because there's a lot of junk getting... Well, the problem is they're not getting them all right, are they? Some go, oh, he's called that, but not this one. You know, so it's tricky. Players are kicking shorter by the looks of it.
Brian slapped it forwards. Curtin had first play. Merritt disputed it. Dursma ended up with a Curtin stuck the tackle. Great second efforts. Curtin's ball right on halfway. Delivers the Crows for Dawson. Hugs it to his chest. Wide out. He's going to caress the ball up to the 50 for Walker.
His resurgence has been remarkable, really.
Yep. Into the pocket. Rifled it onto the chest of Fogarty, who dropped the mark from the boundary. He plays the centering ball. McGrath works Keys over on a rare occasion. Hobbs and Bryan combine on the way out. Martin's got it, and he just retreats. 30 from defensive goal.
Takes the short option, finds Roberts. He can play on here. Gives the handball off. Now, it's Redmond. Halfback flank member side. Good kick to Kako. Crowd wants 50. Well, the Essendon crowd wants 50, but umpire says no. Kako goes short. Marked by Perkins. He's being pretty quiet. Perkins back to Kako.
Yeah,
well done, young man. Worked his way inside 50. No one paid him any respect. And Kako's taken the mark, and he will line up on a slight angle, kicking from about 48 metres out.
Yeah, it was good work rate by Kako, but it was a lovely kick by Perkins, who I think's got a lot of talent, Archie Perkins.
Isaac Kako kicked a beautiful goal on the third. 18-year-old lines up, looks good.
That's where they are.
Great kick. There's some green shoots for the Bombers, at least with Isaac Kako, who looks a really, really good player. Just playing his second game of league footy. He's already got 3 goals next to his name in 2 matches. And the Bombers at least fighting it out here at the MCG.
Yeah, they are, and that's
22-11, 143 to 14-10-94. It's good on the Harvey Norman scoreboard.
Just got to make sure they do it all the way to the siren, because whilst it's back to 49 or whatever it is, 3 or 4 late ones, it becomes a pretty ugly look again. If they can kick a couple more, well, we're going to know when we review the game that it's been a domination by Adelaide, but it never looks quite as bad when you get, you give up 4 or 5 late when the wind's out of the game. It's 6 minutes 45 left on the clock. There's plenty of time for a couple more Essendon goals, make it a bit more respectable, or for Adelaide to put the foot down and get up to 25, 26 goals.
Liam Pickering for MEGT, Australia's apprenticeship experts. Rochelli's got it in the middle, gives it to Saligo, works it forward to Keys, flips the hand pass out wide. It never quite got to Neil Bullen. Roberts got in the way now. He's hand passed it goal side for the Crows, so it's got to be dealt with. Prize in trouble. Philthorpe got the tackle in. Reid got caught by Walker. Ball it up. Just in front of the behind post. Philthorpe's going to ruck against Bryan. Bryan knocks it down to Peatling, who ran into legs. Hand pass to Tex, got brought down by a couple of tacklers. Pretty well the same spot. They're full forward. She goes. Bryan down to Roberts. Bought the hand pass. Got taken high. So a reprieve for the Bombers off the last line coming. AFL Nation for 4 and 20 pies. And Victoria Police recruiting now. It's the Crows by 49.
6 minutes left on the countdown clock. Welcome thanks to onlinefencesupplies.com.au. Bombers have it in the back pocket. Target is Jones and takes a good mark one-on-one with Saligo. Jones on defensive 50 paint. Members side, not a lot on offer, so he retreats backwards, kicks back to Roberts. There's 25 out from goal. He'll go even further back to the tip of the goal square. It's marked by Reid. A nice zone set here by the Crows.
It starts with a dream.
To go further, to rise higher, to be unstoppable.
In the finals, every moment is a chance to dream big.
Every shot, every pass, every cheer brings us closer to greatness.
This is where dreams are made. This is your moment.
Finals action on now. Watch every moment live on ESPN.